I am Bruce Schwartz. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Wow, almost 17,000 people. I want to reach as many people as I can, and I want as many people as I can to be able to see what's on the surface of the moon. What I'm finding in my research, it's something I wasn't expecting to find activity, and I also found what looks like structures. For those of you who have been here watching my videos for the past months, years, I love you for it, and I thank you for it. It is thanks, for those just arriving, to this community that we have this 14-inch CGXL 1400 HD telescope, and it's an amazing telescope. The goal here is to see the surface, to get in as close as we can to see the surface. For whatever reason we need to zoom in, we go get what we need. These structures are often talked about beside Plato crater, and at the back, the transient lunar phenomenon is that bright light crater. And I don't understand what they're talking about, the bright light crater, as there are several craters. Look closely what the craters lead to. They are on a very straight path that lead all the way up to the end right here. It's coming, guys, the next moon phase. The minute I'm able to get a couple of hours in, it's going to be pretty fantastic. And of course, we're going to see, and I'm going to show you guys again, that there is UFO activity up there, guys. Whether it be biological creatures or UFOs, it remains something astonishingly, incredibly amazing to have found on the surface of the moon. I zoomed in a lot for you guys on this one because everyone appreciated the shot of Clavius crater. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to start this with the names because it's going to go too far, but Clavius crater here at the back, Porter crater. You can see the bigger crater, larger crater at the back. There's objects inside of it oscillating, and there's symmetrical objects around Clavius crater. I've zoomed up onto Clavius crater and I've shown that it's green. A complete green surface, Clavius crater, surrounded by extraordinary colorful surrounding, just basically objects that are symmetrical, etc. Lots to see. Hope you enjoy the video, guys. I was working today on Saturday. I rarely do. I finished pretty late, around 5-ish, and I've started this video. So while you guys are watching this video, I'm going right now to start another video and to see what good we can do. I have a lot of footage here, guys. I have a lot. Like we say, oh, we're not seeing the moon. And it's okay because there's so much time that I need to work on some of this footage and to look through it intensely for rainy days. Well, sorry, excuse the expression, but screw the rainy days. I do it every day and every chance I get. So we're closer than we've ever been before, so far, of course. There's going to be so many ways, guys, we're going to advance onto the surface much closer. And at one point, well, you'll understand my technique and you'll know exactly how close we are getting. Because these objects are really small, usually, because even when we're really close, these objects are so far away, right, and close to the surface that for us to zoom in to get to them, we have to get in really close. Notice all the connections, the corridors, whether they are pipes, tunnels, or whatever. I'm just trying to show you they're constructed. They look unusual. They are unusually placed along the ridges and in crevices. When I try the my solar imager, the Next Image 5, I lose a lot of pixels, but we will be able to zoom in the maximum with this telescope. I found out that the surface does have a haze or a cloud cover. That is absolutely confirmed because when I zoom into it, everyone, the first time they see this, for some reason they don't see anything, which is very normal. And of course, eyes are different, cone cells react differently. And you know what? There's not enough studies about this because we're in the beginning of time, guys. This is what I'm starting to believe. The beginning of time. When I think of the future, I imagine it with all these species and races of all different planets that are in harmony and interacting. But of course, there's always a bad apple in every species, right? Well, we don't know, but I'm assuming. So, I guess even with all the species interacting, there would be need for laws, obviously, again. We heard President Obama, I did anyways, say very clearly the public, us, the people, cannot rule themselves, cannot um, solve the problems that each and every household has in each and every country in this beautiful world. There's so much I want to say, and I hold back. I really honestly do, guys, because I believe most of the people in this world are not ready for the real truth of what's out there. And here again, of course, I'm not God. I'm speculating. I'm theorizing, but I'm using common sense. I'm researching, and I'm trying to seek some truth in my life, anyways. And along with that, hoping I can share it all with you guys. And yes, the beginning of time, guys. I think we're really in the beginning of time, learning, you know, about other worlds, different states of matter. It's so interesting and intriguing. And I wish more people would come here. Religious or not, it doesn't matter, believer or disbeliever. Come here and take the time to view these videos. And for yourselves, just take whatever information you guys can get after having seen what's on the surface of the moon, as compared, never forgetting what we were told. I saw a video of a military guy say that aliens did not have any genitalia, did not have any sexual organs. Okay, well, what do you all, what do you assume right away? Well, we have sexual organs. Um, are we the ones reproducing? There's so many possibilities of what could be the real truth, and before we fall on it, probably never will. But there's many that will come up the surface and just make sense. There are so many ways, hypothetically speaking, that aliens could have come to existence. Think of it. If a human or breakaway civilization went to the moon, and then, over a long period of many hundreds of years, they reproduced up there, the humans, then more and more, or should I say less and less, human like beings would be born. Every time a new generation would be born, they would adapt the baby itself. The DNA, that's how it is. Another interesting, intriguing part, how DNA would change, when you go to the moon, how your DNA would change, or how a baby born on Mars, I'm sorry, but um, I think you probably would be afraid of your baby. I'm just saying. I'm not sure. I mean, this is just speculation, but I don't know. Leave Mars and go back 50 years later to see the babies that were born there, and I think you would think you were looking at aliens. But of course, if you tried, speculation only, to adapt that moon area or Martian area on Mars to represent more an area of a similarity of Earth like area with sort of the same atmosphere and bring the same animals and foods and vegetation to try to grow them there that humans were eating here on Earth. And, you know, that affects us. The the reproduction, sorry, on Mars, the baby is going to feed off whatever the mother and the elements, her elements inside and nutrients on what she's eating and where the area is and what air she's breathing, of course. And we're human, so we have to adapt if we are to leave Earth a certain a home-like area to live in because we can only adapt to so much. We're human and we can adapt ourselves based on how our DNA is. Yes, we can change over a long time period, I believe. Guys, this was all theoretical, and I like hypothesizing about different ideas, different things that could have happened. Why? Because it's just absolutely so interesting that we have the proof now, guys. There's activity up on the surface of the moon, and the next moon phase is going to be absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for contributing, and especially the new subscribers for connecting with me. Tomorrow morning, I'll be jumping on the comments. I'm going to start another video right now. Thanks for connecting, everyone.